Play everything. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. And today we are talking about a little movie on Hulu called Blood. Oh yeah, you heard that title right. Blood. It is a horror thriller, runtime of 1 hour and 48 minutes, and starring Michelle Monaghan. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Forgive me, I butcher my name sometimes. It is what it is. But nonetheless, you were superb in this film, Michelle. And Michelle is the reason why you should check this film out on Hulu. Aside from Michelle's brilliant acting, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and that notification bell so you don't miss a video. You don't want to miss all of this beautiful face, do you? This film, I tell you, let's start with the story. I don't even know if I want to do, per se, reviews or discussions. Because when I'm doing a review, I have to kind of not ruin it for you so you can experience it. We're going to do a short review and then go into a discussion. Review of this film. Good acting. Good story. Makes you think about certain issues. And creatures that you don't see. Keeps you wondering. Blood. Possibly mythical characters that utilize blood. You get my drift? Horror film. If you enjoy mystery, thriller, there's a nurse that is going through a hard time in divorce and going back and forth with her ex-husband. And she is dealing with some things. So she hasn't really been around for the children as much as the father has. And she's going through it. So the father eventually would get the children. But what happens here is in the meantime, she's able to take the children to her old farmhouse, her old family's house. Daughter, son, and the dog that the father bought the children. The children love the father because the father's been there. Not so much the mom. She's trying to make it work. Court systems, But while there, the child is bitten by the family dog. The dog goes mad for reasons outside of the dog's control and outside of the family's control. Something lurking in the woods. This mysterious thing. And now this child is smitten with an infectious disease that she finds a way to keep him going for as long as possible, and she needs to utilize a certain fluid to do so. And at what lengths will someone go to preserve the life of a family member, blood, even a good friend? What lengths will you go to? And this is what this movie tries to dive into. While I'm dancing around it, I can't really say. So, is it good? This is going to be real short for you guys that really want the review right now. Yes, I thought this Hulu film was good. And I recommend you watch it if you're a horror thriller kind of person. It will have you thinking, what will happen next? And man, this is getting from bad to worse. How will this end up? I kind of figured it out midway through, like you would. It's not going to blow your mind as far as, oh my gosh, this movie was just so... No, but it's a good watch. And it is a recommended watch from me. So all you guys that want the review, that's the review. Go check it out. Now we're going to talk about the discussion of this movie from here on out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, those that are staying around for the discussion, man, what do you think? What were your thoughts, man? In the comments, let me know. Because first of all, we already know what the plot is. And her son having to rely on blood to live. That's tough because the blood's going to run out. And she was like stealing the blood in the hospital. Who wouldn't have done that for their son? So she did something that I think, a lot of people would have done if you had access to do so, if it was going to save the life of your son. But the crazy thing was, I don't understand why she didn't sit her ex-husband down and like tell him in the hospital, like, hey, this is what's going on. I have to do this. And the son will confirm it as well. And he would probably, you know why, actually? She didn't do that because, you know what? He would have thought that she was completely off her rockers. That's why she didn't tell the ex-husband what was actually going on, because he thought she was already far gone because she was already dealing with that narcotic problem that she had. And that narcotic problem was the source of the issues in the marriage, causing the divorce and her potentially losing the children in the process. But anyway, let's get to the farmhouse, man. What do you guys think about the nurse interaction with the lady that had terminal illness that, would have put her out of here? And that lady wanted to go. And that lady was like, hey, I don't have any thinking to herself when she asked the nurse the question, Michelle, you don't have any children, you have children, rather. I don't. I'm here. No one cares about me. No one's calling me and blase. So that woman was feeling down on herself. So she's like, man, just take me out. Just take me out. And that's tough. That's like loneliness, Loneliness would do that, And Michelle explaining to her that, hey, it's not in my job description to do so. I can't do that for you. And she's like, well, do you know any doctors or nurses that way? I can't do that. And to have it flip where she actually kidnaps this woman in the end, sits her down in the chair, and then begins to extract blood, her life from this woman. That woman comes to the realization when she was there, like, listen, I don't want to go. I want to live. And Michelle, she's like, whoa, you don't want to live. Listen, you're doing a good service. Listen, I know that you want to get deleted. You want to move on because of your terminal situation. You can help my son. Your blood can help my son. And at that point, Michelle, she had to let that woman go. Just tell the woman to be quiet. I'm sorry, you understand me as a plight, as a mother. Nah, she was like, no, I'm a mother. You don't understand. I need your blood. You're going anyway. I don't care. And she did what she got to do and tied that woman down and took the blood. That was brutal. That was brutal. And that woman was crying for her life, trying. And oh man, that was tough. And Michelle, I think I keep calling her Michelle. I forgot her character's name. But she was going through it, man. A lot of decisions. Your son is like that, and your marriage going down the drain, and that's just rough. I knew that her son was eventually about to change, because how much blood are you going to drink? And that urge for it in him was increasing daily. Every day it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it was just a matter of time before he starts sucking on the neck or the arm, the leg, deleting people to get the blood. And that is exactly, what happened when he looked over the crib of that little baby. And I was like, oh, I know this. Don't show this. Please don't show this. And they didn't show it. But it lets you know that he was far gone. At that particular point of the movie, when he was looking over the crib and was about to bite that baby, take that baby's life for the blood, you knew he was done. It was over. It was a wrap. He was fully vamp. And the mom and the daughter was like, oh my God. Daughter tried to figure out what's going on with this tree. We'll get to that later. But it was awesome, man. And I think the mom knew it was far gone as well, but she just did not want to let go. So, questions that I had regarding this movie was about the tree and about where did this all come from? What's the origin story? They didn't explain it in this film, and that was one of the drawbacks for this film. Why didn't they show any type of origin? Did the daughter know about this house? What's up with the pictures on the wall? Those pictures were very eerie. And you knew something was off with her parents. Something just was not right about her parents in that lake. It wasn't right. And she looked at it like it's like a memory she's trying to suppress. And It was very interesting. Like, I don't know if she knew or not, or knew to that extent of what's going on. But she eventually ended up giving her blood to her son. And when her son got smitten and bitten and looked at that bag of blood, she was looking at the son, and I'm going back to the hospital, looking at the blood, looking at the son, looking at the blood, looking at the son. Almost like, please don't let this happen. Don't let this happen. Like she knew. Like, vampires in her family. You know, vampires in that family, and something is in that tree. It's crazy. And she was overly protective. Remember, the son asked her when they first got to that house, like, well, the son asked his sister, why does mom like so overly protective about me? Like, it's crazy. What does she know something, or she's nervous about the surroundings, and she always wanted to keep them in sight and in sight. So going out into the forest, man, into the woods to the house, what type of creature was that? You know, what type of creature was that? Do you know? I don't know. It might have been a vampire. Most likely it was a vampire. But was this vampire so feeble that it could not show itself and defend itself? It surely could come out in the day, because it did come out in the day to stalk and look at the house. So sunlight didn't affect it. It was a hybrid. But we never saw this entity, this vampire. But when it ended and she lit the tree on fire, we did hear kind of screams a little bit, and you actually saw the entity leave the tree. You know? But I want to know, how did things come to be? How did the tree get there? Why did the lake disappear? You understand? What does this thing look like? Why is it able to walk in the sun? Why couldn't it defend itself from being set on fire? There's bones and everything around the tree in the mud, and it would appear as if people come to this tree wondering, like, what type of tree is this? Because it is very uninviting, but inviting out of curiosity. So anybody would like say, what is this? And you go deep and you get stuck in the mud, and then the creature then comes out and takes care of business, the vamp. But they don't show that. But you can tell that's what happened, because there's bones, in the mud around the tree. And I thought it was good. It was a good movie, but there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. If you know the answers to these questions, please, by all means, leave it in the comment. Let me know. Let's have a discussion about it. But go check this film out for guys that stuck around and heard all the spoilers. Go check it out. It still is a good movie regardless, now that you know. And her having to finally say, there's no hope for the son. I got to put him down. And a mom putting their son to rest with their bare hands. Man, very taxing on the mom. She was put through this whole film. She was going through it. And she survived till the end. Everybody but the son survived, and they'll try to put it behind them. But let's hope that they do an origin story to this. We need an origin story, definitely. I want to know what happened. I want to know, because we know that vampires are involved. Might be a little vamp in her blood, family lineage somewhere. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. So this was a little more than just a review. We just kind of got down deeper into the movie on discussion. But if you want to see more discussion type things, where I just do a quick review, send the people that just want to look at the review out of here, and we discuss amongst us that saw the movie, hit that like button. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace and be safe.